Shadow and Robotnik. They sacrificed themselves.
I was made for war, built to follow orders. But you always have a choice.
Okay, so if you're new around here, then sorry, where have you been? But if you're a long-time Slurp head, then well, firstly, welcome back, and secondly, we're pretty sure you know by now, around these corners of YouTube, we're massive stans of the Sonic cinematic universe. And it's almost been half a year since Sonic the Hedgehog 3, aka possibly the best video game movie ever? I mean, speaking of video game movies, if you've seen the Minecraft movie by now, you probably know for sure, hell, that pile of ain't taking the crown, but that's a conversation for another day. But if you did want to know my full thoughts on that movie, here's a shameless plug for you. But anyway, back to really what matters here. Shadow the Hedgehog is getting a spin-off movie. Okay, well, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but there's whispers of a spin-off floating around the World Wide Web. So we had to come on here and talk about it with you guys, and it might be us also manifesting hard for it to happen, but we move. But enough yapping, let's get into everything we know about the potential Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off. So Paramount hasn't officially confirmed a dedicated Shadow the Hedgehog movie or series yet, however the studio and filmmakers have strongly hinted at continuing the Sonic cinematic universe beyond the main trilogy. Producer Toby Asher noted the franchise has such a rich universe of stories, and he said he doesn't see them slowing down at all when asked about future films after Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This definitely suggests that we can expect more sequels or spin-offs in the Sonic film universe. In fact, Paramount has already greenlit a full Sonic movie set to speed into theaters on March 19th, 2027, already confirming their intent to expand the series. Director Jeff Fowler, when pressed about a possible Shadow-focused spin-off, urged patience.
Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Fowler made it clear he's not looking to get ahead of himself. Well, for now, of course. Fowler explained that right now, we're just loving that we're here. We're about to share this movie with the world. We're so proud of it. It's huge, and I think the fans are gonna love it, and we'll go from there. So yeah, in other words, Mr. Fowler, the Shadow spin-off was totally riding on how well Sonic 3 performed, right? And now we know it absolutely took the box office by storm. This came at no surprise, really. You drop Keanu Reeves in a Chaos Emerald fever dream as a badass hedgehog riding a motorcycle and people are gonna show up. And I mean, casting Keanu Reeves as Shadow, that's not a casual choice. That's a studio move dripping in confidence. You don't just throw Keanu Reeves at a role unless you fully believe the character's sticking the landing. And that's the kind of star power that screams long-term investment. Shadow isn't just a one-movie wonder here. Paramount clearly sees him as a tentpole character. And look, they've already given Knuckles his own spin-off on Paramount Plus, so they're not shy about turning fan favourite characters into full-blown franchises. Between that and Keanu Reeves' casting, it's obvious we're setting the stage for Shadow to show up for something bigger. But we're not just pondering on what ifs. Industry insiders have also been stoking the Shadow spin-off fire for a while now. The most notable scoop came from Daniel Rickman, known as DanielRPK online, a well-known and generally reliable Hollywood leaker. Back in November of 2024, before Sonic 3 even dropped, he reported that Paramount was already toying with the idea of a Shadow-centric project. According to him, if Sonic 3 delivered at the box office and on streaming, the studio would scrap the idea of a low-budget Paramount Plus series and instead go all in on a full theatrical Shadow movie. And now with the movie smashing it commercially, Rickman since followed up by saying Paramount is actively looking to expand the Sonic cinematic universe, with Shadow high on the spin-off shortlist. He also teased that they've got big plans for Silver the Hedgehog 2, and you all know how I feel about that. Look, I know we've established that we don't have official confirmation of a Shadow spin-off just yet, but that's not stopping us from spiraling into full-on furious meltdown as to what it could be about. And one route we would absolutely love to see a take on, bringing in Team Dark. Oh yes, if we're getting a Shadow spin-off, there's no way we can just have him brooding in the corner for 2 hours. No. We need Team Dark. That's Shadow, Rouge the Bat, and E123 Omega. Basically the Sonic Universe's Black Ops unit who shows up when things get a little bit too real for the main trio. Rouge is a slick, sharp jewel thief spy, and Omega is a massive combat robot with Eggman-related trust issues. An iconic trio, really. In games like Sonic Heroes and in the comics, Team Dark do their own missions totally separate from Sonic & Co, so a solo Shadow film would be a great way to bring these two and start building out the darker side of the cinematic universe. And let's be honest, fans have been dying to see Rouge in live action. I mean, there were even rumours during Sonic 3 casting that she might turn up, but that didn't happen. But the hype was real. Another angle we'd love to see a take on is having to pick up immediately after the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Because let's be real, Shadow literally got yeeted into the void, and we've got so many questions. Now imagine this, Shadow wakes up on a dying, unfamiliar world, he's injured, confused, and haunted by flashes of the past he doesn't remember, and a future he never asked for. He's being hunted by a relentless machine, stalked by a cunning treasure hunter, hi Rouge, and whispered to by some mysterious ancient voice, claiming they share his blood. As Shadow searches for answers about the planet, about himself, he discovers something even worse, a long-lost enemy ruling this planet with god-tier power and a twisted obsession with destiny. Shadow now must face a choice, bow to fate or absolutely obliterate it. This is the kind of story that gives us everything: the mystery, the chaos, the identity crisis, throw in some high stakes science fiction action and a few existential meltdowns, and this could be the darker, deeper Shadow film that we've all been secretly craving since 2005, after Sega gave us a taste of what a Shadow solo story could be with the Shadow the Hedgehog video game, and they never really delivered on it properly again after that, but they could with this. And plus, by taking this angle, it lets the spin-off carve out its own corner of the universe while tying it back to the mainline Sonic timeline. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, but Connor, what would this even look like? Well, fear not, my friends, because of course here at SLUURP we have made this into our own concept trailer, which you can of course check out over on the channel right now. But before you head over to there to check that out, we want to hear from you in the comment section down below. What do you want to see from a Shadow spin-off project? Got any epic ideas you want to share with us? Well, sound off in those comments, and you never know, you might be featured in an upcoming video. And that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to SLUURP for more awesome content. I'll be Connor, and I'll see you in the next one.